Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Educational Fallacy. Today's topic is Aryan invasion and we are going to cover every aspect of this like background, Aryan invasion, a theory or a fact, and some counter arguments of historians and archaeologists. As we know that in India before Vedic civilizations or Aryan migration, Indus Valley civilization was there and it was one of the most developed civilization in the world like Mesopotamian civilization in Iraq. It's a question of identity crisis from where Aryans came and how we got to know that Indians and Europeans have a common ancestor at one time, lived in the same region, and spoken the same language. Scholars call this Indo European language and the common homeland called Indo European homeland. Some similarities between Sanskrit, Latin, and Greek were founded by Sir William Jones and many other scholars. Like in Sanskrit, the word for tree is trias, and in Latin, word for trees and Greek trias. Similarly, for Sanskrit, word for snake is sarpa, which shares a link with serpens in Latin. So the common similarity of these languages tells us about a common origin of homeland, which Aryans came. Sir William Jones also suggests that Sanskrit was introduced to India by the conquerors from other kingdoms in some very remote age. Conquerors means Aryans in this sense. And number of homelands given to Aryans were many, like steppe of Central Asia, Southern Russia, Southern Europe, Germany, or even Mediterranean area also. Almost somewhere Vedic language and its literature were found everywhere except India. Philosophers like Max Muller assigned a period for the migration between 1200 BC to 1000 BC. But he was a true Christian and according to Bible, world was created on 23rd of October 4004. So, there were many counter arguments to the James Mill, like the defunct Saraswati River, which was not in the Harappan civilization, it was before the Harappan civilization, which was in prime in 5000 BC. But Rig Veda mentions it. Rig Veda mentions the defunct Saraswati River. It means that Rig Veda was composed before the Harappan civilization in nearly 5000 BC. It was all the background of Aryan invasion theory. Now, what is the Aryan invasion theory? Who propounded it? These are some of the questions. Aryan invasion theory, propounded by a German philosopher and an Orientalist. Orientalist means who study languages, who study different languages. Propounded by Max Muller. According to this model, Indo-Aryans migrated into India rather than invaded it, which nevertheless had the same effect on indigenous peoples. But subjugation and the imposition of Indo-Aryan religion means Hinduism was common in this. What were the main theses of the Aryan invasion theory? So, India's original inhabitants were dark-skinned Dravidians who built a peacefully high-developed urban civilization in western India and present-day Pakistan, which we called as the Indus Valley civilization or Harappan civilization. Color difference between the North Indians and South Indians. What were the reasons behind it? India was invaded by Indo-Aryans around 1500 BC, according to Aryan invasion theory by Jan Max Muller. So, India was invaded by Indo-Aryans. Color differentiation was the main thing. Indo-Aryans forced Dravidians to migrate to south of India. Aryans were white-skinned and spoke Vedic Sanskrit language and composed the Vedas. Imposed Aryan religions means Hinduism and Aryan culture in India and Dravidians. Some counter arguments of Aryan invasion theory. Opposing view is that Indo-Aryan people and their languages originated in the Indian subcontinent, that the Indus Valley civilization was the Vedic civilization and not a Dravidian civilization. A renowned archaeologist, Professor Bibi Lal, asserts that there is no evidence for warfare or invasion and theory of Aryan migration too is a myth. Critics of Aryan invasion theory notes that Saraswati River is extensively mentioned in Rig Veda and is referred to as greatest of rivers. This falsifies the Aryan invasion theory of account that Rig Veda was composed after an Aryan invasion or an Aryan migration nearly 1500 BC and indicates that it was composed closer to 5000 BC where river was lost in its prime. That's my time, guys. If you like the video, do like, subscribe and share, and also comment on the video, please.